Today we will learn what is type declaration in PHP, which is also called type hinting. PHP is basically of forgiving nature when it comes to the data types of the values assigned to variables or constants. PHP is a weakly typed or so-called dynamically typed language. That means PHP determines the data type of the variable or constant based on the value assigned to it. In the slide you can see, depending on the value assigned to variables, how PHP determines its data types like string, integer, double, boolean, array and object. Also, when a variable is reassigned a value having a different data type, its data type also gets changed. An example is shown in the slide. Here, variable age is of string data type after the first assignment, and its data type is changed to integer after the second assignment. This forgiving nature of PHP can cause some issues because it is possible programmers assign values of wrong data types to variables by mistake, and PHP will not throw any error, hence causing undesired outputs. To solve this problem, PHP has an optional type strengthening system which is called type declaration or type hinting. So let us write some example code and learn how to implement type declaration in PHP. I have created a project folder example-type declaration under Apache htdocs folder. I have opened the folder in the editor. The project folder contains only index.php file, which is empty right now. Also, I have called localhost example-type declaration /index.php in the browser, which will show an empty page right now. Let me create a new class file person.php inside the project folder. Inside it, create a class called person inside the PHP tags. So class person. Let me define a constructor function inside the class that will initialize person's first name and last name. So the person class will hold two properties, first name and last name. So we will create two properties, public $first_name, public $last_name. Now we will define the constructor function, public function __ construct like this, which will receive two arguments, first name and last name. So first name comma last name. Now inside the constructor function we will initialize first name and last name. So $this first name equals this first name. Similarly, $this last name equals this last name. So this is the constructor function. Now inside the index.php file I will include the person.php file. So require once. Person.php. Now create an object from person class. We will name the object as person new person, and we will pass the arguments to the constructor function. Let's say first name is John, last name is Samuel. So these are the constructor method parameters. Let us var dump this person object. Now save the file and reload the index.php in the browser. You can see first name is assigned with John and last name is assigned with Samuel. So we created an object from person class and have initialized first name and last name properties for the object. Now consider the situation. You have passed an array, say John, George as the first name to the person class constructor function by mistake. Let us see what happens. Save index.php and reload the browser. See, first name is assigned with an array with two elements inside it, John and George, although we passed it by mistake. This is not the behavior we want from PHP side. We want PHP to notice us about this data type mismatch by throwing an error. To achieve this, we can use type declaration. We can declare types of first name and last name parameters of constructor function as string, like this. If we save and reload, PHP will throw an error denoting the data type mismatch. Person constructor argument first name must be of type string. Instead of that, an array is given. This is the error message. Now let's pass exact string values for first name and last name. So we can change this array to a string. As before, we will pass John as the first name and Samuel as the last name. Save and reload the browser. Now the first name and last name values are accepted as valid parameters for first name and last name in the constructor function inside person class. So this is one example of type declaration. We will see another example of type declaration. Let us declare one more public property inside the person class, say $age, that represents the age of the person. So public $age, which is expected to hold a whole number or an integer value. Now inside the index.php, we will assign value for age property of person object. So after the object has been initialized, we will say $person age equals say 45. We will var dump $person, save the files and reload the browser. We can see age property now holds value 45. Now suppose instead of this integer value, we have assigned a string value to the age property by mistake. Let's say we have assigned like this age. Now if we save and reload, now the age property is assigned with this string and we do not want this to happen. So we can type declare the age property inside the person class like this: public int $age. Now save, and if we reload again, PHP will throw an error denoting the type mismatch, as the age property can contain only integer values. Now as before, let's again pass 45, save and reload. So now it's working. So only integer values are valid for age property. Let us see one more example. Let me define a public method inside person class. Public function get person age which will return the person's age. So this method is expected to return an integer value. Inside the method we will return $this age. Now save. We will go to the index.php, and after var dump we can just echo $person get person age. Now if we save the files and reload the browser, you can see the age we have set is returned. Now inside getPerson age method, instead of returning $this age, let us try returning a string, say age. If we save and reload browser, we can see it is still working, and we want to prevent this. We want getPersonAge method return only integer values. So here we will type hint the return type of getPersonAge method like this: public function getPersonAge colon int. Now the getPersonAge method is allowed to return integer values only. Save file and reload browser. We can see PHP is throwing an error saying person getPersonAge return value must be of type integer. So let us change the return value to $this age. Now save the file and reload the browser. Error is gone and getPersonAge method returns 45. I hope you have got the basic idea of what is type declaration in PHP. You can read more about type declaration inside this PHP manual page. I will leave this link in the description box. I hope you find this video useful. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel for more videos. Thank you for watching.